Pete Kane here, high performance coach and podcaster. Have a special 5 minutes with you. And I want to just base it on the four human drivers, because if we can practice these four human drivers, our future is bright, because aliveness comes with connection, meaningful purpose, and personal growth. And personal growth can come from journaling. Why? Three major things that have happened to me when I started journaling 3 years ago. It was after a stroke. It was after I had a major reset in my life. And I found that a practice of journaling absolutely ignited a brighter future. Let me explain. When you practice either morning or evening journaling, it allows you to get clear. We have 12 to 60,000 thoughts that go through our brain each day. Now, these thoughts, most are replaying the past and the negative patterns that we have. But if we don't rewire our brain to the future, we won't have a brighter future. And the practice of journaling helps you to get these thoughts, gets clear. We talk about the five human drivers, the five high performance habits of clarity, energy, courage, productivity, and influence. That first one of clarity, journaling helps you get that clarity. And when you start writing, you start putting a pencil to a pad. You either do it in the morning as a practice or the evening, either one. You can start 1 minute, you can start 30 seconds, but practice creates habits. And if you start practicing something, you'll be able to see the benefits that come from the clarity of getting your thoughts out of your head and onto a piece of paper. Now, the second one, when you think of a habits, and there's a famous book out, Atomic Habits, but I like to say practice creates the habits. Because if you don't start practicing something, you can't imagine the possibilities. It's kind of like riding a bike. If you never rode a bike and never practiced, you would never see the benefits of that riding a bike. The same with journaling. If you don't practice, you won't create the habit that creates the outcome. When I started 3 years ago, I had never journaled in my life, with the exception when I would hit rough times, dark times, depression, being stuck, having no vision of the future, and really not seeing the future because of the situation I was in. And you'd always hear, hey, you got to be grateful for stuff and have a grateful, whatever the journal is called. And I would do it thinking like one day is going to magically snap me out of it. But I didn't practice enough to create the habit that creates the outcome. So everything starts with that practice. And if you can think too about the awkwardness of the first time you try something. We have a live event coming up. And when we do these live events, we're speaking from a platform. When I first started, I was scared. I had never done it. But if I had let the fear control me, and I didn't practice faith and courage, I'd still be fearful of speaking. But I went through the awkward stage. I went through the stage of just not knowing what the heck I was doing. and feeling embarrassed, feeling like I could have done better. And we can always feel that way, but you can't go through a growth stage if you don't practice the awkwardness. The outcome will never come if you're not going through it. So with journaling, people will say, I don't know what to journal. It doesn't matter. Journal what you learned the day before. Journal an idea. Journal the future. Journal anything that gets you to start writing. And when you start writing, you start practicing. Practicing creates a habit. And when your habits start creating outcomes, that's where the future is bright. And it is bright because I'm going to give you a $97 course at the end of this. So you can start practicing. Practicing creates habits. Habits create outcome. And the last is when you do something like journaling, your personal growth starts to happen. Because if we're going to be practicing the 4 human drivers, and you're going to have that aliveness that's possible, that being present, being in the moment with people, it's just gives you that incredible feeling, and that personal development can come from that. Because if we're growing, we're always excited. So that's why when you take a course like the journaling course I'm going to give you, you're practicing it. I'm just giving you my version of it. There's plenty out there that you could. It doesn't matter that you have mine, but I'm going to give it to you as a gift because I want you to recognize that journaling can give you a brighter future. And when you look at the morning or evening practice, when you look at just putting that pen to a piece of paper, getting those thoughts out of your mind, being able to be clearer, and when that starts that personal growth loop, and when you start growing and you start getting clear, clarity will take you to a brighter future because clarity can lead to energy. Energy can start building on your courage. Courage can give you better habits for productivity, and productivity can lead into a more influence in who you're doing. Because if you can practice these things, practice this journaling, the future is bright. So go to PeteKane.me/journaling. It's going to give you a code. It's going to say $97. But your gift to me, to you, is this. Let me make it a little bigger. There we go. It's a 5-session course. Use the word podcast. It'll waive the $97 fee. Then start practicing. Invest in yourself. What are you investing in? You're investing time. Time to practice. Time to practice journaling. Get clear. Get the thoughts out of your head. Get them on paper. I probably have 20 journals now and didn't have more than a few before my stroke 3 years ago. But that practice became a habit. That habit created outcomes that the future is bright. And I will say journaling was a major pillar of it. The other was, let me give it to you here, because I want to give you an option of personal growth. And Growth Day is what ignited me to start journaling even more, because now I'm prompted in Growth Day. Besides Brendan Bouchard coaching me every day and doing the 5 to Thrive and the largest personal development community in the world. We are working together to make personal development a daily thing. And when he teaches me each day and gives me frameworks, it fires me up to keep journaling, keep going. And you can try it for 7 days. And if you like it and you want to invest in yourself, you're going to invest little less than a couple dollars a day, $50. And you will be able to experience the most value you've ever seen in personal development. And then send us a support ticket at petekane.me. We'll send you my free course, Mindset, Goals, and Habits. I wish you the very best. I wish you can activate your journaling muscle so you can create better habits and better outcomes and have a better future. Pete Kane, be bold, make a difference, make an impact